Hey family, my name is Michael.
I'm Glenda.
And we are the host of
The
Love Again podcast. We are not marriage counselors. We are just a couple who's been married 17 years.
We have 2 great kids.
We had some ups
and downs.
And so we decided to sign divorce papers.
We didn't go through with it though, as obviously.
But since then, we've decided to love again. And we are inviting you along for the ride with us.
Yes.
So tonight, what do you think? You guys...
First of all, what up, everybody? It's been a minute. We've had a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the world. A lot we've been preparing for. Had an engagement. We had your mom was here for a little bit. I was out of town twice now. I was out of town for a week on an amazing retreat with my mentor and sisters, and so that was wonderful. And so we've had a lot going on. And so what's up? We have missed you, been thinking about you. We are super excited because we have the big business showcase this weekend.
Yes,
Charity Christine presents our sister, and so we want to support her, but really just be part of it. It's going to be amazing.
Meet some amazing
here
people.
in the
Get
city.
out
Yes.
in the city. So in the Grand Rapids area, if you're in town, check it out.
Come down.
It's going to be an amazing time.
That's right. It's going to be at DeVos. This coming Saturday, May 28th, begins at 1 o'clock. It's still $25 right now. It's $35 at the door. Just search Big Business Showcase. I may find a link and put it below.
It is worth it to check out for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be worth it. You can bring your friends and family. Don't come broke though. Don't come buying. Come.
It's a business showcase, so people are out there with their businesses.
Yes.
So this is an opportunity to support not only the idea of it and then bring it out, but to support the individuals, right? Like if you see people who've got products, good products, purchase, support. That's the idea.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of what you need, a lot of what you want there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be hair shows and all kinds of things, giveaways, and so I think it's going to be great for the city. Of course, great for charity, great for the businesses that are there. Over 200 businesses and vendors are going to be in the house. I'm excited about it. We're going to be masked up. We're going to be down there, Love Again podcast. Come check us out. We're going to be doing live on the spot interviews. We're going to have topics, questions. We got merch, we got t-shirts, we got candles. Come through. We got 2 different sizes. So come check us out. Come talk to us and acquaint yourself with us. We're going to have a little team with us. So just come find us. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. It's going to be a long day, so be kind, be nice. Everybody, everybody hasn't done this before, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's excited to be there. Nobody wants to be in the way of anybody. Come with love, come with respect, come in peace. And if you don't buy anything, just well wish and encourage people who are trying to be business owners and entrepreneurs, because it's definitely not for the faint of heart. So we hope to see you this Saturday, May 28th. Begins at 1 and goes all the way to 9 o'clock. So again, it's going to be a long day. Come and stay the whole day. Come and leave and come back. Come later, come early, however you want to do it.
And there's shows, there's music, there's entertainment, so definitely.
Right. It's gonna be. And yes, there's an entry fee as well as buying the items that are going to be on display. But it's going to, because there's a show.
Right.
So
there are other components.
There are other components. So you're paying for the show part and the other components and the giveaways. I think you get a raffle ticket when you come in. So, and I'm telling you, these are generous people. They're loving people. So you never know what you might win.
Never know.
But come get you some candles.
Come through.
Come through. All right. So, I got a question for you.
What she got?
So I had a long drive this weekend, right? Maybe I'll tell y'all the story, but another time, another sermon for another day. And I was just, listening to music. I was just listening to the Love List on Spotify. You can go check the Spotify Love List out. It's got some love music on there. I'm going to be adding to it because somebody else shared their playlist and they have some. I'm like, I need to come out of the 90s.
I have been. I've been trying to update.
I got to come out.
My additions here lately have been. I've been trying to update.
Are you adding and taking away? Or are you just adding?
No, I'm just straight adding.
Okay.
I'm throwing in new music.
Yeah, in the Love List you did.
In the Love List, I'm always throwing something in there.
Okay, I gotta. The whole list that I heard, it was like 1 or 2. that I was like, oh, I don't like that at all. And I like got them out of there. But I think I wish I could just merge the two because it was kind of dope. I'm like, I got to grow up. Like, I really got to come out the 90s. But so I was just thinking, right? So I want to ask you, I want to ask you. I might give you the lyrics to sing, but we ain't gonna look it up. I didn't look it up. I didn't look at the lyrics. But I'm listening, right? And Mint Condition, who I love, right? Here they come on with Swinging, right? And I'm like listening to the song, I'm singing.
Boom, 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 swinging on you.
Swinging on you. I was like, what's this talking about? You send me swinging. Oh, you send me swinging. I can't remember the part that comes before that, right? But I'm like, what is he the thing to do? They're crazy over you. Look what you've done to me. You know, I'm like, what is he? I just want to get to a part really quick. And I mean, we live. I mean, this is us. Here we go, right? I pull it up. Okay, and there's an ad. 2 seconds.
Be careful when we play now. You know how they be trying to get at you.
So.
Do not own the rights to this music.
True.
YouTube, we playing it from you.
Right. This.
I wait for the day.
Now, what do you say right here? For sweet tender swing.
I always say because we tend to swing. I never knew.
Oh, you know we looked at the words one time.
Went to the right, babe. Oh, you see me swinging.
What this fool talking about? Like, I gotta. Is the words here? It's not.
Yeah, look up the lyric video or something.
Okay, so we're gonna come out of this. We don't want to get, because if it's 30 more, I think if it's more than 30 seconds. But what
Just look at the
are
lyrics.
we talking about, right? Okay, and then while I'm looking up the words for that, I'm listening. I'm continuously listening, and then Maxwell comes on.
You might as well let it go.
What's the song? Shoot, I had it.
Which one was
Not
it?
Fortunate,
Not Beautiful
the
Wings.
other one.
Beautiful
No,
Wings.
not Beautiful. That don't make sense either.
No.
But
This Woman's Work. I know.
what's that? What's the lyrics to that? Hold on.
Put me on the spot.
I know.
That Woman's
I
Work.
had it before we got into swinging, and then look, y'all, look it up with us. It's what's
Adore.
No. It's famous. It's like one of the most. His name is Gerard. Okay, wow.
Can't go to hit singles.
Is it This Woman's Work?
This Woman's Work. All time.
Even this don't make no sense. I know you got a little life in you, yeah. I know you got a lot of strength in you, yeah. He wasn't talking about nothing on this either, but I can't think of the song right now. But hold on, I was looking up swinging real quick. Cause I want to see real quick what he's talking about, and then I'll come back to that. But then if y'all know what song I'm talking about.
But I don't believe any of the songs I've ever listened to, when you actually pay attention to the lyrics, no Maxwell song makes sense.
Check it. I wait for the day, a sweet, gentle sway. You did tell me that was a long time ago. Rock your love right my way. Oh, you send me swinging. You send me swinging. I never thought I'd really find someone so beautiful and kind. Look what you've done to me. Just the little things you do. You got me crazy over you. It's getting stronger. When I'm with you, I fall deeper in love. Swangin'. This feeling is the one thing my heart is sure of. I wait for the day. Okay, so he's saying, I wait for the day, a sweet, gentle sway. I be saying, I wait for the day for a sweet, tender sway. For a sweet tender sway. And then I do this. Right way. I don't know.
Okay, so what is
He's
it?
saying, I wait for the day, a sweet gentle sway, which is crazy. Rocks your love right my way. It
Rocks
still
your
doesn't make
love.
it.
It
Oh,
does.
I wait for the day,
That
a
a
sweet gentle sway. Rocks your love right my
Yeah.
way. A sweet gentle
He said
sway.
he's waiting on that day for her love
Oh,
to be
you
rocked
send me
towards
swinging.
him.
It still doesn't make any sense. You just put
it
words
does.
together. Like,
It makes
you're not telling us why you swinging. What's swinging?
He's swinging over her.
Swinging. What's swinging? You got.
Swinging
You can't
is
just.
just his
Is that
feeling.
something we don't know?
That's his word for his feeling. You got me swaying, or you like if a man, you could say you got me swooning, you got me just feeling. I'm
Like,
feeling over you.
I don't know.
This is what he's saying.
You
Like
don't know
it's
that.
as though he's saying
He
you
could
got
be
me
from
feeling.
somewhere where during that time that word swinging was a.
Well, I'm saying whether it's
I don't
whether
like
it's
it.
the city's word or his word, like the concept or the meaning is you got me, so you send me, like you send me wherever love take me, because I'm just so head over heels over you.
God. So now you all of a sudden understand it. It just
I'm
came
saying,
a moment of clarity.
Now that I know the lyrics, now
You didn't know the lyrics 10 seconds ago.
No, but I'm saying, but I knew I knew that sweet gentles. I said sweet gentle sway.
Sweet gentle sway.
I never knew the third line. That was my whole thing. Rocks your love right my way.
It's crazy.
Now that makes sense. I've never known that lyric.
Oh, it's Don't Ever Wonder, Ascension. The title track, that's why I was like, it's an own one. Shouldn't I realize, right?
You're the highest.
You're the highest of the high. Sorry. If you don't know, then I'll say it. So don't ever wonder what do you even like? I'm saying, shouldn't I realize
that you're
the highest of the high?
And
if you didn't know, if you the one that's the highest of the high, then I'll say it. So don't ever wonder. Here's what I'm thinking. So this is what I came to. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't I realize you're the highest of the high? So if you didn't know, I'll say it. So don't ever wonder. So he did something. So he's having to reassure her of who she is. Cause what you mean? If you don't know, then I'll say it. She didn't ask you that. Ain't nobody asked you nothing. Because he started out with, shouldn't I realize you're the highest of the high? And you're gonna turn it on her if you don't know that. She doesn't have any insecurities, but you made her wonder who she was. You made her wonder who she was because you did something. You
are crazy. How did you make that?
The same way you came up with swinging is a colloquialism for his emotions. How you feel for this girl.
But that makes perfect sense.
This makes perfect sense to me as well. This doesn't make perfect sense to you.
That he had to do something?
He did something.
What's the rest of the lyrics?
Let's go to the lyrics.
Because he's saying...
Let's go to the lyrics. It's nothing. It's nothing to go to the lyrics. It's not even a problem. Just hold on. Hold tight. And then it's called Ascension. Like, it's just it was so extra for nothing, but we fell for a hook, line, and sinker. It was one of the smoothest albums ever. And Mint Condition is one of the best bands ever.
But listen,
shout out to them.
This proves that the lyric that Jay-Z said to Nas would make perfect sense, right? When he said, like, just because people don't understand the BS that you write, don't make it tight. Like it was a time like you'd be like, oh, I didn't really understand that.
So it must be on a
whole nother level. I must be the one slacking.
It happened the moment when you were revealed, because you were a dream that you should not have been, a fantasy, real. You gave me this beating, baby, this rhythm inside. High. I didn't even know high was there. I thought he was saying hi. You made me feel good and feel nice and feel love. Gave me paradise. Right? So, shouldn't I realize
that
you're the highest of the high? If you don't know, then I'll say it. So don't ever wonder. Right? So tell me how long. How long it's gonna take until you speak, baby? 'Cause I can't live my life without you. She finna leave him.
He did something.
He did. Okay, that's what I'm telling you.
So right.
That's what I'm telling you.
He did do something.
You gave me the feeling of my life. So he did
He
something.
did something. Because go back. Let's start that second verse again.
So tell me how long.
Yeah.
How long it's going to take until you speak,
That's it right there. You just told me she's not talking. Because I almost wondered if they weren't talking, like he didn't know her, right? That might give you the impression he hadn't introduced himself. He's been pining from afar. But then he says, because I can't
live my life without you here by my side.
because she left him. Or she threatened him to leave.
Yeah. Or maybe he did just meet her, and he said, because he said the verses, it happened the moment when you were revealed, because you were a dream that you should not have been, a fantasy real.
Yeah,
What?
he stole somebody's girlfriend. You
should not have been
real.
A fantasy made real.
Shouldn't have been real.
You gave me this beating, the rhythm inside, and gave me feel nice if a love gave me paradise. If you don't know, then I'll say that. I don't know. Maybe he trying to get her to come, but it's why I got the like. It's a lot. It just was a lot. Those were the two that I paid the most attention to, and that I was giggling to myself about. So, what other songs have y'all listened to? It's like either you made a realization. I know another one was Guy, like Piece of My Love. Like, okay, hold on, we were singing our heads off.
Yeah, didn't realize what you were talking about.
Baby, you can't have all of me, right? So anyway, I don't know, what are the songs? Y'all drop us some songs that you just like, what is he saying? What are y'all saying?
Who was it? One of our friends the other day bugged out about me and Mrs. Jones.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well, they were just talking and they were like, wait, he talking about cheating. Like, you've been singing this all your life because your mom and daddy were playing
it. Thing going on.
And you didn't pay any attention.
You got a thing going to meet every day at the same cafe.
Listen.
My Lord.
Man.
That's just a bit much, though. That's not smart anyway.
That's a bit much.
You gonna meet at the same place, like
same place every day at the same time?
No, that's not cool.
You looking to get caught.
And you said me and Mrs. Jones, she married too.
That's what it is. This is the whole point.
Get yourself.
But now this was before social media, so you might have had you a chance before cell phones.
You think nobody know y'all standing up at the same at Starbucks every week, every day? Ain't nobody gonna see you at Bigby every day.
The message is gonna get across. Just a little bit slower, but the message is gonna get across.
Something's gonna happen at some point.
Somebody gonna see you. Yeah, you're right.
All right. So yes. So join us this Saturday, y'all. Tell us y'all songs that you like listen to. Like, what is he even talking about? And let's chat about it in the comments, either on IG somewhere or our Facebook page.
Absolutely.
We love to hear from you. Follow us, and we're gonna follow you back. All right. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment, share.
You know it.
Not privately. Can you share us publicly? All right. We love y'all. Let's get into it.
So tonight we are starting a conversation around pleasure.
Yes.
Right? We're starting a conversation around pleasure. So tonight we wanted to, and we understand that, especially in terms of couples, marriage, like pleasure often lands you at, sex, right? And in those nature. But tonight we're going to kind of start as a precursor to that, right? Because the idea for us is
not really a precursor. It's
part. You're right. You're absolutely right. It is part
of the first installment. We don't know how many this will be, but we had a few things we're gonna talk about.
Yeah,
like you're saying,
around pleasure. But one of the things I would say, like, why this is even a thing, right, is that like in our context, like we're trying to love again, right, and a lot of times what's lost is pleasure, the ability to have fun, right, the way to enjoy one another. You know what I'm saying? So just having that sometimes being lost and having to rebuild that. How do you do that? How do you gain it? And then how do you have and enjoy yourselves on a level that you didn't even enjoy yourselves before, right? Like, how do you get to that other space, that beautiful place that you can, right? So that's what we want to talk about tonight. So, in that conversation, one of the main things is
pursuit of pleasure.
The pursuit of pleasure.
Yes.
I like it.
I think so.
But now, like in that space, one of the most important things we talked about was talking, right? Like just the idea of communicating.
Right.
Because I will say, for me, one of the things that, like, I just think about our experience and our journey, one of the things is that I can have an idea of what you might like, but it's better for you to tell me. You know what I mean? And because there are things you enjoy today that are different than they were before. And so, you know, just thinking that I always know is going to land me in a space I don't want to be in, you know? So,
Me thinking that you always
no,
know, or you thinking you know?
me
Okay.
thinking I know.
Okay.
And that's the most dangerous part, you know what I'm saying? But it is also equally problematic for you to think I know, and so because you think I know, you don't communicate it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's the other part. Nobody's a mind reader, truthfully. Like we say it all the time, but I always have an expectation that you should already know. So I shouldn't have to say.
I was listening to a shout out to Tahoe TV and Heard Us All podcast, and I was listening to him today, and he was actually having a very intimate conversation about him and his queen and just some of the issues that they're facing. You should go listen to that. I think it's called "Am I Being Selfish" or something like that. Talking to y'all too. I really love like their podcast. Probably really the only one I listen. I listen to him. I listen to the Fun Sexual every now and then, but I'm getting back into listening. But anyway, he said the guest that he and his girl had on today on that episode said something like, you know, we have this belief that a few things he said, like that a couple should, like, I define how you should feel or how you're gonna act or whatever, and we keep trying to know each other, like basically based on what we used to be, and that it's okay. Like, we think that when things change in a relationship, that means the end. But it just means, if we want to stay together, that it means that it's okay for people to evolve. Like, you love them as they change, right? Like, if you like this now or you no longer like this, like,
Right.
that you invite that change free of judgment, and it's receiving the communication, but it's also feeling the freedom and ease to give that communication.
Absolutely.
It's a mutual thing that's necessary. And so I thought that was interesting when he was saying, like, it's okay to stay with somebody even though they've changed and you've changed. That doesn't mean that we're necessarily misaligned. You know, and I like that he used that word. They were talking about something, you know, completely different, but in some respect it could point to it, because we're talking about pleasure. But just saying, like, what one wants, what one now no longer wants.
Is
You
important.
can't know that unless you communicate.
Right. Has to be
But
talked
you
about.
communicate without fear that this is the end,
Right.
or this is the end of us, or the end of the good part of us, or whatever that case may
Right.
be,
Right.
right?
That's good.
Like I don't have to lament it necessarily as it relates to going to be a loss, but just moving on as life changes. Like, you know, I mean, think about it. Our children, like, I'm looking forward to my daughter graduating next year, but she's not a baby anymore. You know what I mean?
Right,
So,
right.
but I can't love her as she was. I'm loving watching
This person
who
that
she's
she's now.
becoming in our relationship as it, you know what I'm saying? So
Evolves,
change
yeah.
doesn't, I'm no longer the mother of a toddler. I'm no longer the mother of a middle school girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, even I have to change in that, and that's okay. That's, you know, just my parallel in the moment. So, like, I just thought that was interesting today. So I just, you know, that communication is in that, because how would you know?
Right. Right.
How would you know?
And that's important, though, to your point. Like, the ability to communicate is going to be based on the environment. Right, largely a lot of, or our ability to be comfortable to communicate is based on the environment. So, like, that's a very important space that both people have to work to keep an environment where it's okay. You know, and we've talked about that before, that idea of naked and unashamed. Right, like, I have a responsibility to be naked, and you should have a responsibility to help me feel unashamed.
Right.
Right, because the environment in which I'm going to bear myself in isn't going to bring me any shame.
Right.
Right. So that's important, you know, to think about, you know, as we communicate, like, and because communicating is the key. To be your ability to articulate what you want, what you don't want, what you like, where you'd like to see things go. And to your point, like, that's also a good part of the evolution of the relationship. Is and sometimes I think we can be saying the right thing, but we, you know, the way we say it just doesn't connect to our partner, right?
Right.
So, you know, in this case, what we're saying is, I've changed, things have changed, but what I'd like to communicate is this is where I'd like to see the relationship go. Based on these things, I'm not saying we're done. It's, hey, no. Based on these, this is where the relationship should go,
Or
or
even
a good direction to help.
I'm not even all that sure in what I'm telling you. I'm just, like something I say to you all the time, like, I process my thoughts and feelings to you and with you.
Right.
So it's very fluid. I'm just talking. You literally have a USB to my brain, and as thoughts come, sometimes I'm giving them to you. And it'll frustrate me to try to help you understand that. Like, because I don't want you to fix nothing. I don't want really even answer. I'm giving my initial thoughts, like you, it's like I'm trying to give you my thoughts real time, hoping maybe that you feel them the way I do, but you can't, of course, because you ain't in my body. But like, I think that's what that is. Like, and so even if I'm not saying, hey, this is how I feel and this is where I want us to go, it's like, hey, this is how I feel and this is weird, I don't really know how I got here. I'm talking about it with you. Does this mean that's what I want? Because I don't even know, because I've never had these thoughts before. Or how does that make you feel that I think that? Am I wrong in thinking? It's like that kind of thing. And that is a form of intimacy too.
Absolutely.
Where that person can feel like I'm processing my thought. You are, okay, if you were another part of my brain, you're just the final part that it goes through before I can make a decision about the data that went through my brain. You're part of it. That's how close I'm saying we are or want to be. And so, or as my friend, I'm using you. You're my friend right now. I'm talking to you as my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, we said that before. Like, sometimes can you talk to me just like as your friend, not as your husband or as your wife? Like, I'm talking, this is my friend. I
need my friend to talk to me.
All right. I'm telling you something because you're the first person I want to tell something to and express something to. And so the person having that openness and that feeling of openness and acceptance and understanding, like, oh, she just talked, she's processing, just look at it like it's a ticker tape going across the screen. It's data that she wants you to process with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's intimacy too. And so I think that's cool when a couple can get to that, and it's like, no, they're not making no judge. They're not telling me they don't like this, they done, they're whatever. They literally just want me to process this data. I think women do that a lot. With men, they want you to just, I don't know, it's coming across to me like the screen on like the stock exchange. Like, it's just data. You know what I mean? I just want you to read it with me and help me. And I think if men would know that, that's where if you would see it and accept it, that's where we're deferring to you. Like, I'm asking you as, y'all ain't gonna like this, the weaker sex, not weaker. That's not what that means there. Careful Bible readers. We'll get back to that another time. But as being the more precious sex, more valuable, more like gold, and you're steel, right? Like, deferring to your logic in this situation, because help me make sense of this. Anyway. For me, that's a deep, like, want, need, and it's a really, like, it's where it's like a deep connection, like, there to be understood in that way. So I'm just all of that to say, like, even if you don't know why you're having those thoughts of what you want, prefer now, what things have changed, what you like, what you prefer, or things that ain't never changed, has always been there, but you've been scared to say, like, to have that openness and space where you can process it as well, even if you haven't made a decision on it.
And I think that's important. So, like, to be honest, like, so that's something I haven't done. Like, so when you're processing, I don't take it as that always, and normally that's where the hiccup occurs. Is because,
but I've told you that several times.
No, and it's not that you so, like, it's the idea that I have to think about it that way, because it's not the way I would do it, right? So, like, men don't necessarily process out loud, right? So, like, if we're saying it, we've thought about it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we've thought about it in a way, and so it just is, we're expressing kind of more the final thought than the process thought.
Right.
Right. So then consequently, like when you talk, I generally am looking. I think I'm looking to be hearing the final thought, not the processing thought.
Wow.
Right,
Yeah.
which is different.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So that's where I'm saying, like,
I've told you that more than once, though.
no, I hear you, and I'm saying I understand that you said that, but again, because I don't think that way, like sometimes it has to be conscious. Wait, stop. She's just processing. Like I have to remind myself of that. So sometimes I can and it's fine. Other times when I don't do that, I sometimes I remind myself.
Okay.
Right, and then I click in and it works out a little bit better.
Right.
And sometimes I don't remember to remind myself.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean.
So okay, so we don't want to wait like stick too long because we got a bunch of things,
Yeah, yeah.
right? But so, pleasure. So if we're talking about the pursuit of pleasure in a relationship, we're gonna be talking about sex. We're gonna be talking about all kinds of stuff over these next several weeks,
Yeah.
right? But I just want to say this off rip. Pleasure is not a dirty word. It's like we don't like to, you don't really hear people say the word pleasure. Unless it's like filthy lucre and the pleasures of life, the pride of life, and the, you know what I mean, the lust of the flesh. Pleasure itself is not. You get pleasure out of going to the beach. You get pleasure out of watching your children laugh and talk with each other. You get pleasure out of having a great meal.
Life is going to include pleasure.
Life
it
is
does.
include, yes,
Like,
and there are
yeah.
pleasures evermore. I gotta go into it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's in there. So I'm saying, like,
pleasure is not
pleasure is not
bad
a
word.
dirty word, and then pleasure, when you connect it with sensuality or sexuality, is still not a dirty word.
Still not at all.
There are pleasures. There are all kind of sensory pleasures.
Like just even from that standpoint, like you gain pleasure out of things because you've been designed to.
Right.
There's a reason for it.
Yes.
So it can't be, oh my God, we're not. Absolutely not. You're supposed to
supposed
enjoy
to
life.
enjoy
Like
pleasure.
that's the way your body was designed to work.
Yes.
That's the way your mind was designed to work.
Yes.
It was designed to appreciate what you see. It's designed to appreciate what you hear. Like it's designed.
That's why you can
that way.
smell, see, hear, taste, touch.
You're
like,
not just hearing for hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, just to work and go to sleep. I remember somebody asking me like about music for worship, and we're talking about like it's like, they're just enjoying it for themselves. I was like, what's wrong with us enjoying singing the songs that we're singing to God? Like, what? Like, I get pleasure. I like music. It's sonically pleasing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and when you enjoy something, you're more apt to engage in it.
Yes, pleasure is not a dirty word. It literally means happiness, satisfaction, enjoyment. So you went and got that ice cream, and every bite that I had of that black walnut yesterday was pleasing to me.
Pleasing.
Okay, so speaking of this, we want to really talking about this communication, and then talking about like non-sexual pleasure. But non-sexual doesn't necessarily mean non-sensual.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it can be non-sexual, but still sensual. And I think people should know that you can be, just outside of any conversation, you can be sensual with your partner and not necessarily sexual, and not necessarily lead to sex.
Right.
I mean, if you do it right, it might, but it doesn't have to. If you plan for it to, you can be sensual. Just literally means those sensual.
You're engaging your senses.
Engaging your senses and receiving pleasure from that. From what you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you smell, what you touch. Right. Okay. So here's some we want to just give you like some sensory, some non-sexual ways to use your senses to engage pleasure with your partner. And ways you might tell them you like things you ain't ever thought of. Well, I like that, but that don't have nothing to do. Yes, it does. If you go ahead.
Look, in talking about it, you tell your partner, right? So we're talking about, you communicate like, I enjoy smells, right? I like smells calm me, or they make, And so that's the other part is I like what you said, like it can be sensual or not. So like literally paying attention to you just saying, oh, when I have this smell, it calms me down. Right. Well, that's pleasurable. So then you like certain smells. So if your partner is, their nose is important to them, right? Whether it's making sure the house smells a certain way, or you wearing cologne or perfume, or in just the idea is to try to engage those senses, that
Right.
sense, right? So and it oftentimes the reality is it tends to mean a lot more when it's not necessarily like your partner has expressed it and you've kind of just ran with it. You know what I mean? So just like if you say it, and it can be in passing conversation. That's what I meant to say, right? Like we're talking about intentionally communicating, but also communication is taking all those side comments, if you would, you know what I mean, and putting them into use. But yeah, so sensory wise, we talk about smell. So whether it's they like I said perfume, desserts, you got on there, the idea of just making sure that you're meeting that need because it engages. Smell calms us.
For
It's
whatever reason
important.
they like it, and whatever reason it it makes them feel good. I love candles. I love things that smell good. And I like certain kind of things. Candles are there's certain scents that I like more than others. Like bergamot to me is really common. I like lemon scents. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking about Bath and Body Works, like the stress relief line. It's got like the eucalyptus
Liquid
tea.
mints and
Like
yeah.
I love that. It makes me lemongrass is something because lemongrass reminds me of the first and only time that I went to Jamaica and we went to a spa there and it was lemongrass and we had lemongrass tea and that just it takes me back to that. Like and when I smell that I'm instantly in a spa, right? So I love that smell. So that's a way you can please yourself. You know what I mean? Like you can have that. You have yourself feeling good because you've elevated the sense in the house or around you or whatever,
Absolutely.
and you feel good for your partner when they come home, or they've done that something for you, and
Something for you. Yep.
yeah. So and then so the next, like another sensory is using your sight. So that was smell, sight. Like maybe dance for your partner. Maybe your partner likes a certain color. You know what I mean? Like I saw this man recording his wife, and he was like, the caption was like, "Can a person's favorite color become their personality?" And she had on a beautiful like lavender, soft purple robe, and he was like, "That's your," and she was like, "No, I just." And then her cup was that color, and then in her keychain was purple, and everything that she touches daily was that color. Like that calms her. It makes her feel good.
Right.
It makes her whatever.
That's their space. Yeah, yeah.
So buy him or her things that has that, or wear that for
Right.
them if they like you in
They
that
yeah.
color.
If they say they like you in something, you pay attention. You wear it.
Yeah, wear that.
Wear that.
Dancing or stripping for them.
Absolutely.
Dancing or stripping for them if that's they like, men are visual, so are women, and so maybe they like that. Was having a conversation in the group, and the men were like, they don't wear sexy stuff. I ain't wearing that. I don't would never wear that. Like if your wife, well maybe that's why
you in the predicament
you
you're
you
in.
in a predicament you
Listen,
in. You know what I'm saying? Like
you got to put it on. Put it on.
it's gonna do you better
Yeah.
than not,
And
right?
and to that end, one of the things I would say is I think men can undervalue what like the women's appreciation for what they see. Right? Because like we know that men are visual, but we can
I don't think men just can undervalue. I think y'all don't think about it at all. Cause y'all sometimes men present like y'all want women to be two cheeks flapping in the wind, and y'all looking like
two cheeks flying.
cat scratch fever. Somebody done just got from up under a rock somewhere,
Right.
crusty and
Now,
dusty and musty. It's just crazy
now
to
we're not
me.
talking about the dusty, and because that's a different.
I mean, I'm just
right?
saying this. The if you just shake up the bottle of men, I'm throwing them out there. It's a lot of men that's like
Yeah, well,
you're saying it's not.
fellas. I mean, shower, brush your teeth.
That's
Nails.
bare
Get
minimum.
your
Like
nails
that's
clipped.
bare
Right,
minimum.
but I
But it's a bunch of y'all ain't doing that either.
so that's where we got to start. But
Okay,
then
start
we got
there.
to start there. But then
Get some
I
good
would
soap though.
I would offer this. I would offer this. Men, like for me, I've often said like I don't even know what you're supposed to put on. What looks sexy to a woman? So
What looks sexy to you? No woman is saying. I mean, they might say, okay, yeah, men like this, but obviously men like something that's gonna be showing and revealing.
that's our
We're
point.
not doing that.
That's my
What do you feel good in?
But
What do you
it's
feel
not.
sexy
But
in?
here's the thing. There, it's not about just what I feel good in. Like we're talking about. Like on this end, it's what do you like to see? Like I need no. Hold on. This is what we're saying. I need you to tell me what you like to see so I can provide it for you.
I'm a woman sitting here telling you.
You're going to tell me no, make it up yourself?
I'm telling you, what do you feel confident in? I'm saying to you, what have you looked at that says, I like this? I like. Confidence is everything. Confidence is sexy. Confidence is saying, I like this style and I'm wearing it. Like confidence it starts there. It's not what do women find sexy necessarily. Like you know we like to see skin too, just like y'all do. Or
But
or if we're out for a date, we're not talking about just in the bedroom. Like you can't be looking like
no,
garbage pail kids, and then in the bedroom you strip off, and then you got on something like I'm talking about, like at dinner, at church, at the wedding. Like what's sexy? Like we like for you to wear your nice jewelry. We like you to smell good. We like for you to be cut and your skin to look nice. Your lips look good. Your teeth are good. Your shoes look good. Like, but if you're talking about men's like after dinner wear, like lingerie, if you want to call it that, I know that's not the right word. Something that shows a print. You want me to be as specific? Like something that shows your thighs, something that shows your chest.
I'm saying, what we're
a
talking
net
about
shirt.
Okay, so these are the things I'm saying.
What do you? I mean, you know, it ain't baggy pants and a pullover. Like,
but what I'm saying is, in particular, male lingerie is not a thing.
It is.
I listen to what I'm saying. It is not. There are a lot of fellas know. Some fellas do know. Absolutely. But it is not necessarily as widespread knowledge wise as like this is what women can wear.
You can type in anything you want to. I bet y'all know what to type in the certain website search bar to find what you're looking for. You switch them words up and switch them words around until you find what you're looking for. Anything you want to know, you will figure it out. Sexy men's clothes, clothing, sex, so anything, however you want to twist them words around, you can find it.
So okay, I'm not going to dispute you on that because I'm saying I understand that.
Okay.
Right? I'm saying, but it also helps if a woman shares what she likes to see, and even from the standpoint of going out to dinner, right? Like, because when you say what are you comfortable in, that's different than.
No, what I mean is if you're looking for something sexy, looking for something sexy, find what makes. I didn't say comfortable. I said confident.
Oh, sorry.
I said confident. So I'm saying I'm looking for something sexy. I like this. I like how I feel in this. I feel good in this, and I hope she likes it. Let me see. Like we like the art of surprise and spontaneity as well. So having to tell you what because see, if I tell you what I like, you know what you're gonna do? Go and get exactly what I showed you, instead of using that as a guideline and finding something if you don't like that in particular. Because I don't want to show you something on Amazon and then the next night I see you in it standing there like, hey, I got this on. That's so crazy. What? That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. Like, don't do that. At least put some space between it. But y'all, it's like you're so literal when it comes to it. And it's just weird. Like, I think... So yeah, if I show you something like we gonna say something like this, and y'all gonna bust up with the same exact thing, and it's just like, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I mean, I like that, but I'm not saying. I'm saying start here. Use this as a guideline, and then find something the color that is good on you, feels nice on you, is your nice fit.
All right.
All of that kind of thing. All right, so. That's so crazy. And you laughing because it's the truth. It's so crazy to me. All right. So, smell, sight. First sight, I said, watch something naughty together. If that's what you like, that's your thing, watch it together. Like, a lot of things we've been talking about is honesty has to be at the root. Comfortability. And it takes time and it's effort and it's hard and it's grueling, all of that. But it's going to bring you so much closer together. So if you want to watch something naughty together, watch something naughty together.
Right. This is the idea, because the idea here is that you're building intimacy, you're building connection,
Trust.
You're building, you're right. You're rebuilding and building trust. You're building confidence in one another.
Especially if you're rebuilding trust in the area that you lost it, go in there and regain it.
Absolutely.
Right? Go in that area. Don't be scared of that area. You can't be scared of sex. Now I'm talking about that. You can't be scared of sex, as sex is what pulled you apart. You got to go in there and handle this thing. Like, and I'm not saying go in there and I'm saying go and find what this is, what they like, what you like, what has happened, where we at,
Right.
What can we do now? What can you teach me? Okay, if you like that, then teach me.
Yeah, because especially if that is the area you had an issue, like, you've got to fix what was wrong.
You got to fix what was wrong. And talk about, I won't say there can't be any hard stops, but talk about the hard stops. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to still talk about it and come to an agreement.
You got to understand.
You got to have an understanding and have respect.
Yeah.
Yes. An agreement to agree.
Right.
No matter where we are, we have an agreement that we're not going to go outside of this subject until we have agreement on it. We're not going to piddle paddle around until we come to an agreement, and you don't know and I don't know. We're going to table this until we have an agreement on it.
Yeah, we have to,
right? That's the respect we have for each other. So yeah, I just wanted to add that to the side one. So the next one.
Yeah, so next one is touch, right? So when we're talking about touch, it is, play fighting. It's, being able to sit and just rub, or and more intentionally than is, if you're going to give a massage, just give a massage. Right? The infamous massage doesn't have to lead to sex, as we said. It can just be for the sake of pleasure. Right? Just providing that, because again, it's like, and a massage can meet so many other senses as well. Between, because if you've got the Love Again Escape massage or candle,
I was coming down your road with
then
they're
that thing,
beautifully scented.
That thing is not only going to get to your touch element, because it's so smooth and so silky on you, but it's also going to hit them the olfactory senses, because you're going to smell that beautiful scent, whether it is the male or the female. You know what I mean?
So yes,
yeah. So all of that, and just that can be it, right? Because that's important. Tending to your partner in their desires and needs, and just without looking versus
right. I mean, like I tore my MCL. Mike hurt his groin, or touching those areas, or being careful not to touch those areas.
Absolutely.
Being cognizant of it. Not letting the kids get to it, because he might not be thinking and they ain't watching. That's intimacy too. I don't want you to be hurt there. I'm cognizant that you have an injury right here. Like, that's important too. Or like if your partner don't like to be, I don't like that, and Mike does it anyway, and I keep telling them, like, I don't like it. Don't do that. I don't mind a smooth rub, but this it drives me up the freaking wall. And so he's still learning, because that's his thing, his touch. That's his love language is touch. It's not necessarily mine.
But it's not just that. It's also that I fidget.
Don't fidget on me though. Fidget on yourself.
Okay. I was just telling the people
I know,
that I fidget.
but I just want to say it out here, out loud. We talking about it. Fidget on yourself. Okay. Don't fidget on me. If I didn't touch, massage. I was gonna say something else about touch, but yeah, what they don't like, and also protecting areas that hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or really the tip of your fingers, is sensitive, right? Your fingertips. And so noticing, it's gotta, what the back of their neck feels like, what that, you're just appreciating their body as it is. Not because I want to have sex with you, but oh, I like that your veins on your hands are like this, or if they have a tattoo that's raised and you like the way that feels, or you like the way their hair lays on their arm or their thighs or whatever, or you know they like their knees rub or their feet rub, whatever like that, like, and you're just like, you like their skin somewhere, you like the way their back feels, like, it's just, since it's just like literally connecting through touch, just
Yeah.
like you do through talking.
And
So try that.
and even there are those exercises they have. I saw like UC where couples just sit in close proximity, just sit. Tantric
Tantric
massages
says,
and
yeah.
yeah, so all of those things, just because again, it's just like we're talking about the pursuit of pleasure, but pleasure ideally is the connecting piece, right? The things we laugh at, the things we enjoy. Like for us, we've talked about this before. Like we enjoy going out of town. That like it's just something with our family. Once you click out on this road, you feel better. And it is also helpful because we drive a lot.
And the further
So
away you get from Michigan, the better you feel.
right, but we drive a lot. So that time in the car, right, that time of talking, laughing, joking, then you get to where you're going, and so that's important. So that is something that like we think about, like, okay, when can we
When we
get
get
away?
away again.
Right, because
I
sometimes
was just talking about that today.
that is the necessary thing. I saw a video, a guy talked about like having a date night 3 times a month, or every 3, he talked about like every 3 weeks, make sure
Yeah,
you're
I've seen that.
together
Yeah,
somewhere,
like in threes.
every 3 months make sure you go away together, right?
Every
So
3
like
years,
all of,
something like
every
that.
3 years, but so all of it is just knowing what brings you all pleasure. So like that's good for us. So so realistically, if we at a tired, we tired, been tired for 3-4 weeks, just grumpy, look, let's just go away, right? Because that
You said
reset.
3-4 weeks. Now that we ain't got it like that,
No,
but we will
no,
eventually.
I don't mean go away every 3 or 4 weeks. I'm just
Oh,
saying. I'm saying like sometimes you're in a rut, and you're realizing like, okay, what's going on? We just maybe in a rut. Then break it up, right? Get a room,
yeah. If you're the
and
person that's always don't want to go nowhere, and your person likes to go out,
you
that's
got
not
to,
cool.
yeah, you got to
Like, that's
meet them.
not cool, because you're saying you don't care how they feel, and they want to go out with you, and then you like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. You just want to sit and do whatever else, man or woman. That's not cool. I want you to get to your thing, but so hearing, this is important. I love like voice notes. What if your partner loves your voice, or just has auditory, like, bring them auditory pleasure? They love music, they like jazz, send them a playlist with jazz. You know what I'm saying? Or like they like you like background noise, like I like water,
Right,
ocean, you prefer like
airplane.
airplane, like that, like I said, voice notes, speak in their ear when you speak to them.
Yeah,
Like, if you want to communicate something, get up on them, hug them, whisper it, say it in their ear. You know what I'm saying? If you're a woman with a really nice voice, a man with a really nice voice, leave your partner voice notes, or actually call them during the day or whenever.
now, and and I didn't know voice notes is a good idea. Not that I didn't know, but like the other day you were gone, and I just sent you a voice note, and she responded like, "I like hearing your voice," and it was like, "Oh, I didn't know," because I tend not to like my voice. So but just those little things, and again, that's kind of just speaks to you can always be learning. Just always paying attention to what you didn't know,
Right,
because that's important, right? Like knowing that is important to
right,
know, and so it makes things all that much better when you can kind of just continue that learning process. So like when we
right,
talked about, leaving the space for the partner to be unashamed to tell you anything, because you get to learn more, right? When they're free to speak and just say it, and they don't have to worry about judgment, or you taking it wrong
and
or taking it well.
there's nothing better. I don't think there's nothing probably higher than, I'm saying, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, but I will try it with you. I will do it for you. I'm open enough to listen to you say it. I might not zip line with my girls on no trip because I'm scared to death, but it says something about how safe I might feel with you if I do it with you. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't be that person that's like, I ain't doing that. I know many women that talk about that. I'm saying women, I'm a woman, that's who I talk to mostly. That's like my husband, he don't like to travel. He just stay in the house. I had an auntie that ended up divorcing her husband because she loved to travel. He never wanted to go anywhere. Just here, take the money and you go. And she was like, I wanted us to try out. I always imagine us traveling together. Our kids are gone, and you just want to sit up in the house drinking beer and watching TV. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
they,
right,
he eventually passed away, but they after they divorced.
right,
And to us, that was like a beautiful relationship. They were so dope, to watch
right.
them because they seemed like they had the best kids in the best house. They seemed like they had money to me when I was younger. So anyway, like
Yeah,
engage,
yeah,
do it for your, don't think of I don't do this, think of my partner and I want to do this together, and you may enjoy it. And I'm not talking about nothing sexual right now. I'm just talking about like, oh, I don't like to go out to eat, I don't really like to go to the movies, I don't really like,
right.
find a compromise.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
if you don't like it, even if you don't like it, just sometimes you bite the bullet.
Sometimes you bite the bullet,
Bite the
yeah,
bullet,
sometimes you bite the bullet.
because
Can't
it's
be
what
never,
because
yeah.
it's what your partner needs, right? And you're willing to do what your partner needs. And
Yeah.
I think wanted to say this too, like in that idea of as you're communicating, like sometimes we can come to the table like, well, right now this is not working for me. I don't like this and this, But when we're communicating, it helps to also communicate with the solution at heart, right? So yes, we're going to talk about what isn't or is or isn't, right? But also saying now, like, but we can do this to help along, right? So and that's again in a comfortable space. You can say to your partner, okay, like we haven't gone out enough. You've been sitting in the house. I've been wanting to go see our friends. Like we just haven't gotten out enough. And rather than just leaving it there, because that doesn't help. Like, okay, so maybe can we go out once every 3 weeks? If you
I
can,
need to get out the
yeah,
house.
if you can come sometimes, and sometimes you don't have it, but when you can, having it be solution driven, like
You saying
wanting
sometimes you can't, but we do anything else we want to do. I'm saying like we find a way to do the
to
things that we,
communicate it
we
the way you
want to
need
do.
to, yeah,
We find a way to do that. And I want to put as an addendum to this, and I want to put it in auditory. Stop yelling.
yeah,
Stop yelling all the time. And also, I've stopped myself a lot because I might, maybe I'm about to say, okay, transparent moment, right? Because it's going to get my point across. I was going to, I was about to say, you don't seem excited about the showcase this weekend. And I stopped myself and I said, how are you feeling about the showcase this weekend? In the moment, I changed my tone and the whole words, what I was about to say, because it was not going to I just wanted to have a conversation about it, but I was going to let my emotions make it an argument if I approached it wrong. So it was a way of me like, don't create a moment, don't create hostility, don't create like you just create it just because it's going on inside you. Like, stop yelling at your partner. Stop nagging at them. Stop, like you're saying complaining. I'm putting this in there with it
yeah,
because it's auditory. Don't nobody be wanting to hear that. You know what I'm saying? All
right,
the time. Like, you think your partner always want to hear that? Hear you egging them on, not stopping. Like, stop. Like, at some point, you can stop. Like, put that as part, because you're never going to have sex or be non-sexual, non-sensual, sensual, sexual, none of it if you always fussing, yelling, arguing, bickering, picking fights, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying, griping about something.
And as I'm sitting here in the moment, I like find reasons to compliment your partner, right? Find things that they do well, because like you're saying, I think a lot of times it can be easy to see the negative, and human nature, we tend to complain more than we compliment. It's human nature, right? Like a business knows you're going to get 18 complaints to one compliment, and you could have had 200 people roll through, and 150 had a great experience, but you just aren't going to get the compliment because it's just not human nature. So if you think about it that way, we tend to
The compliment is, I didn't say nothing bad. That's, yeah.
Yeah, we don't go above and beyond to see what was good, to say what was good. We just experience it and move on, rather than, and that helps because we are going to naturally complain.
Right.
So we have to intentionally compliment.
Intentionally compliment. I think that's good. Last one is taste. Cook their favorite food.
Yeah.
Go wine tasting.
If that's their thing, get it.
Do foodie trips. Like if you just go exploring. Like our friends, they just go explore to taste new, like the foods of that city or that culture, and that's might be fun if that's what you like. Like, whatever encompasses taste. If a certain drink, or they like a certain flavored juice. You know what I'm saying? Keep that in the house, or candy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like I think that's just important. Like if they like a certain flavor on you, that too. Like that's part of it.
And maybe you don't know.
Maybe you don't
Try
know.
it out.
And that don't mean. But also, we talked about this before. Eat your fruits. Drink water.
Drink your water and eat
Drink
your fruit.
your water. Eat your fruits.
That'll help with all of that.
Amen. So this is just the first installment on the pursuit of pleasure.
Yeah.
Pursuit of pleasure. Pleasure is not a dirty word.
It is not.
That might be the caption under that. So we hope you guys enjoyed this one.
Right.
We'll be talking in a couple of weeks about some other stuff. We're going to talk about sex enhancements. We're going to talk about the physiology of sex.
Listen,
like what's really actually happening when you have sex. We're going to talk about orgasms.
I think I'm surprised that most people don't know physiology better.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to look some stuff up ourselves before we come talk to you about it. Maybe have some links and stuff available for you. But in the meantime, subscribe. Meet us this weekend.
Share, comment.
Meet us this weekend. Let us know you listened. You're going to go in the comments, either on Facebook or YouTube. And you're going to tell us the song that you've listened to that made
1,000 times, and now you look back like that ain't no sense.
What is he even talking about? What is she even talking about? And then you're gonna go get you some candles at loveagainpodcast.com. Okay, you're gonna go to Facebook and you gonna like, and you gonna go to
YouTube. You gonna like and
Instagram.
Subscribe.
Yep.
Instagram.
Actually, if you go on our Instagram, the link tree is there. You can just go down the line and see everything. You can go get the love list on Spotify. Look, we off that. I know it was a thing, Joe Rogan, I got you. But what I'm saying is we still got a list on Spotify. Go on and get that. It's free.
And y'all need that music in your ears.
You need some flavor in your ears. Stop letting I had to say this. I had to stop letting the environment be quiet all the time, because you need to feed your environment with positive things, because everything that you need is not inside you. I mean, just you as a person. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying if you have God in you, yes, you have. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have every answer inside you. You need something sometimes from the outside to help influence what's in the inside. All right, that's it. One more time. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment, share.
Get it?
We love you guys.
We love you.
Hopefully we'll see you and you this weekend at the showcase. If not, hopefully we'll see you in the comments. Peace.